What's up, what's going on, people? Today we are hanging out in the behind some store. Actually, it's not in anywhere. But yeah, so if you guys remember, I did a review of my Jeep Grand Cherokee a while back, and I happen to be right here in this very spot. So I thought it was fitting to announce that I got a new vehicle. So yeah, this is like a surprise, like vehicle reveal kind of thing. So you'll probably get some like clickbait, thumbnail if I'm feeling saucy about it. So yeah, the Jeep died. There was a lot of very minor a lot of problems with the Jeep. It was leaking power steering fluid. It needed a control arm. The hub broke. What else was there? It was leaking coolant. It was just a whole bunch of things. It needed a new front drive shaft. So it was a list, and I was going back to school within a week, and at that point it was just too much. So we went out and we searched for another vehicle. So yeah, this is the vehicle that we chose. It is the newest vehicle I own by a year. So the last one was a 2000. This is a 2001. We're getting very fancy up in here. So yeah, without any further ado, here is my new whip. Here she is, ladies and gents. This is a 2001 Jeep Cherokee Sport. Quick couple things. Bought it at like 104,000 miles. It came with those rims, which the previous owner put on. Yeah, it's got two 75 15s, I believe. Fairly clean, fairly straight, not many dings, dents, or scratches. The only real imperfection you can see is right here. Apparently this is a very common problem according to the previous owner. He said he took it to a body shop, talked to the body guy, or the paint and body guy, and the paint and body guy was like, yeah, whatever they did with the hood, whatever metal they used, whatever paint they used, just doesn't stick with, I guess, the high heat. There's also no heat shield under this hood, so that could be another problem. It does get fairly warm. Yeah, so it's pretty clean. I've been driving it around. It did rain, so it's like unnecessarily dirty. Yeah, let's take a look inside this mess. It has 105,000 miles now. I did have to drive it to school. Aftermarket radio that I put in from the old Jeep that I had, so it was a direct fit, as most of them should be. Automatic locks, automatic windows, basic, other stuff like that. Previous owner bought WeatherTech floor mats, so the floor mats are WeatherTech. Upgrades I've done to this car as of owning it for like a week, actually a little over a week. I replaced the speakers because I was not a fan of the old ones. They were cracky, poppy, and couldn't handle music. There is a aftermarket Dyno Max performance exhaust. It sounds like garbage, if I'm being honest. It's not loud. It kind of just sounds like a vacuum kind of noise. From the outside, I guess it sounds all right. The inside, you can't hear it at all. It's nothing fancy, nothing special. This little cap is not broken, but missing. It's in the car. I haven't put it on. I don't know why it was off. I guess they did some sort of work to the tire or the hub there. And yeah, it is a six-cylinder, 4.0, straight six. It has decent gas mileage, nothing special. This falls off a lot on both sides, these little flares, due to the fact that the tire is basically the biggest size you can have without a lift. It is a 235. I believe they come stock with 225s. So when you hit a bump, they kind of rub. They just hit the top here and just kind of smack the fenders off. Doesn't really do anything to the tires. Yeah. It has fog light cutouts. I don't know if they cut them out for style or whatever. But I don't have fog lights. This is also another custom thing that I got. I got it from a wrecked Trailhawk. So I just put it on my other Jeep, and now I put it on this one. It's got a Viper alarm system, so it locks and unlocks. Funny thing about this, if I were to lock this like this and close the door and then try to unlock it, it doesn't work. You have to lock it, then unlock it for it to work. Just something funny to me. I guess we can hear it start up if we want. A common problem with these Jeeps, and a current problem that I'm having right now, is you'll see in a second. So it starts right up without a problem, but if you look at over here, the oil pressure is pretty shitty. That airbag light will go off. Oil pressure is shitty. I don't believe the oil pump is pumping oil to the top of the motor, which again is common in these Jeeps. So if you have a Jeep and you got low oil pressure, I recommend checking out the oil pump. From here, everything sounds normal, everything sounds pretty. It's got a mechanical and an electric fan. You know, fairly clean overall. Nothing special. See, once again, no heat shield, and it gets pretty hot where the paint is missing. So I guess that's where the air attempts to escape from. Close this, let it slam. And go over here. We could check out this exhaust. Listen to this baby purr very quietly. Here's that exhaust. It's got an aftermarket tip. It looks a lot more rusty down here than it actually is. This is, oh, that's pretty rusty. But I don't plan on towing anything. It just kind of came with a hitch. So yeah, that's about it. That is the new Jeep. Current plans that I have with this bad boy. Let's record myself standing in the mirror. Current plans. I want to get snow tires before it snows. We have another Jeep with snow tires that doesn't run, so we're probably just gonna swipe the snow tires off of there, put them on this bad boy. I also want to get a, you open this bad boy up, look at this mess in here. It's a cutout. They make a speaker, a sub box that fits in there. Not the biggest sub, but it will add bass to this car, considering there is none. Yeah, I want to get a lift. I want to put 33s on this bad boy, but 33s is, you know, I think it requires, I don't want to cut and trim, because, I don't know, I like the way it looks when it's not completely hacked. So I want to keep those fenders on. I don't want to cut. So in order to have 33s without cutting or trimming or anything, I believe it's 3.5 is 31s, but you still have to cut, or it rubs like when you hit a bump and shit like that. So that's a problem. 4.5, I'd have to go bigger. I believe people say you can fit 33s with a 4.5, but that's cutting also. So I'll probably need either a 5.5 or a 6.5 if I want to comfortably fit these tires. I want to get a front bumper and a rear bumper. They're fairly cheap. They're like $300-ish each if you want to get like a mediocre one. Probably get a winch in the front, a light bar at some point. Just the basic Jeep upgrades. Yeah, that's about it. Any questions? Anything you'd like to see with this new Jeep? Let me know. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah.